And those are the visuals that we brought to you from Israel, where Prime Minister Modi has landed. So news coming in that Prime Minister Modi has landed and his visit is beginning. This is a historic and a landmark visit where Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is arriving in Israel and has landed in Tel Aviv. So the visual there of his official plane reaching the airport, he will be welcomed by the Prime Minister of Israel, and quite possibly along with him would be his wife. So a grand welcome is planned for the Prime Minister of India as he visits Israel once again after the landmark visit of 2017. And this is an important visit. Why? Because Prime Minister will also be addressing the Knesset. For the first time in history, an Indian Prime Minister will be addressing the Knesset. So there you see live visuals of the Prime Minister's official plane that has landed in Tel Aviv. He will be accorded a grand welcome by the Israel, and the Prime Minister of Israel is expected to be there to welcome him. Remember, even the last time we saw the Israeli Prime Minister welcome Prime Minister Modi when he had gone there in 2017. During this trip, it is expected that firstly, there will be many important talks that are on agenda, a bilateral between the two leaders, and also it is expected that many defense, technological and business decisions will be taken during this visit. And very importantly, that address to Knesset that Prime Minister Modi will give, as he will become the first Indian Prime Minister to address the Israel's parliament. We had recently seen Donald Trump there addressing the parliament of Israel, and now it will be the Indian Prime Minister who will address the Knesset. So that will be a historic moment for India and Israel's partnership. As the Prime Minister lands there, we bring you the live visual. Joining us now is India Today Global's Pranay Upadhyay. Pranay, we can see that the plane has landed and preparations are being made. The red carpet is being rolled out as we all await. As we await the Prime Minister's descent. And as you can see on the screen, live visuals coming in from the international airport in Tel Aviv, as the stairs are heading straight for the official plane of the Prime Minister. Last minute preparations as the plane lands there. Remember, we were talking about the importance of this trip for both the countries. It is significant. It is a key visit between the two tall leaders who have made it a sort of a personal agenda to further the relationship between the two nations. As India had maintained distance historically from Israel, under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, that policy sort of changed. And joining us now is India Today's Aishwarya Paliwal. Aishwarya, we can see on our screens the live visuals coming in from Tel Aviv as the plane has landed over there, and very soon we can expect the door to open and Prime Minister to come as the welcoming party gathers there down there for him to come. Now, do tell us, we've seen every time Prime Minister Modi has gone, last time that he went there, 2017, he has been accorded a grand welcome by the Prime Minister of Israel. We can expect this time also a warm welcome, a grand welcome?
Well, definitely. Anjali, one of the things that we should remember is the fact that the hexagon, that is something that Benjamin Netanyahu has spoken about. And he has said to make sure that the radical forces in West Asia, they remain under control. That's the reason why they also want India to be a part of the hexagon alliance. This is the word that has been coined by Benjamin Netanyahu. And we have seen over the past many years the kind of relationship that India has shared with Israel. In fact, Prime Minister Modi has been pushing for Atmanirbhar Bharat, And one of the sectors that he very keenly has been speaking about is the defense sector. So let me tell you, one of the key things that we will see a conversation that will actually happen between India and Israel is the defense conversation. The ties that India wants, the deepening of that is something that India will very keenly be looking at. We need to have our own Iron Dome kind of a structure. That is something that Prime Minister spoke from the ramparts of the Red Fort, and the conversation will carry on from here. We will see the conversation going forward from here. Prime Minister Modi will be speaking about it, and also what the government has been focusing on, the long-range precision missiles that Israel has. The technology transfer obviously is something that India has been pushing for over the past many years. The other things that they will be very keenly speaking about is the fact that they want the manufacturing also to now shift in India. So those will be the key things that will be discussed. The other important thing is the long delayed FTA. See, India and Israel, both of them have been trying to make sure that all the roadblocks in the FTA, they all get cleared as soon as possible. So the long awaited FTA is also something that we will see being discussed between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Benjamin Netanyahu.
Right, absolutely. And talking about the defense deals that you were mentioning, Aishwarya, you know, it is reported that approximately $8.6 billion worth of defense deals might fructify between the two nations. Now, that is a huge number. But post Operation Sindoor, India has decided to invest in that. So do tell us, what kind of defense and strategic partnership can we expect between the two countries?
But from India's point of view, one of the things that India has been pushing for is not just the tech part of it, but also manufacturing. That is something that India very keenly has been looking at, because the Defense Ministry also believes that at the moment, the only sphere where India lags behind is the manufacturing part. That is something that they want to start doing as soon as possible. We could see industries coming up, not just in Uttar Pradesh, but also in different states. So
Right,
all those are some
Aishwarya,
of.
you know, Shivani Sharma also joins us, and she has been covering defense for a very long time. So I'll take the same question to you, Shivani. Your experience tells us, what does it tell us as far as the defense partnership between the two countries is concerned? Because this visit might hold the key for it as we try and expand our arsenal.
See, Anjali, when it comes to Israel, India is a very important defense partner. And from Israel, we've been procuring Heron Israeli drones. We've been procuring the Barak 8 missile systems, the AUACs, and much more. And now when Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced the Sudarshan Chakra, the India's very own air shield, there will be discussions on the laser technologies that make the Iron Dome of Israel one of the strongest air shields in the world. So certainly when Prime Minister Narendra Modi Anjali has landed in Israel, he has been welcomed at the Ben Gurion airport. And from here, he will be heading to Jerusalem, where he will be addressing the Israeli parliament for the first time. He will be the first prime minister of the country to address the Israeli parliament. And this means that Israel not only values India as a strong partner, but Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a strong world leader. So when it comes to defense, certainly there are ties between India and Israel, but there's much more to the spectrum of this visit, Anjali, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be taking on the discussions when it comes to the security, the technology, the intelligence sharing, the laser technologies, the business with both the countries, taking the FTA agreements ahead to increase the bilateral trade between both the countries. So certainly, defense is one focal point, but there are so many other issues which will be discussed during this visit.